mostly we are studying in English, and Tibetan is also now there. But in his generation, Tibetans were new. So mostly they studied in the original manuscript, original Sanskrit, and with the philosophy. Anyway, so we were discussing Heart Sutra and we were discussing the first letter, Evam Maya Srutam, which means thus I hear. Maya is actually by me, it's not I. Maya in Sanskrit is by me, and then Shrutam means heard. So thus it was heard by me, that is how it should be translated. Thus it was heard by me. Now we discussed that Evam has again very esoteric meaning. If people are writing commentaries from suppose a tantric master, he's defining Evam in altogether different way. And Shrutam again, as I said, Kamal Sri, he says that because Ananda belonged to Shravakya tradition, so he was able to hear, but he was not able to understand the deeper meaning. Again, this is what Kamal Sri's commentaries say. So as we have discussed in early classes of this, that there are two traditions within Mahayana Buddhism. When it comes to authenticity of Mahayana Sutras, there are two traditions. One tradition says that all Mahayana Sutras were compiled by whom? Ananda. Another tradition says no, it was not compiled by Ananda. During the first council, there was a parallel council which happened at Kashmir in Abhidhamma mountain, and there separately Mahayana Sutras were recited after Buddha's passing away. Remember, this is not second council, this is first council. Many historians have wrongly written that during second council Mahayana Sutra or Mahasamhita has nothing to do with Mahayana. It was a Sravakya schism, Sravakya tree. Nothing to do with Mahayana. You might have read correctly. I also read when I was doing my master's. I was taught like that, but it is a wrong fact. So, Arya Nala says that no Mahayana Sutras were recited differently. It was combined with Vajrapani, Bodhisattva. These Buddhist councils are called Sanghiti. Sanghiti means Giti means song. So Sanghiti means singing together. But singing is here reciting together. So that's the very ancient tradition of India. People recite things together. So these councils were called Sanghiti. Generally, we hear about three main councils, which we have discussed in our previous session. So the longer version of Heart Sutra starts with this line, Evam Maya Srutam, thus I have heard at one time, or thus it was heard by me. Ekasmin samaye Bhagavan Rajgrihe Viharati Sma Vridhapude Parvate Mahta Vikshu Sanghena Sadham Mahta Cha Bodhisattva Sanghena. So he is saying Ekasmin samaye, once samay means time. So here each word I have divided. I have given the English translation of this. Ek asmin means once upon. Ek means one. So ek asmin, once upon. Samaye, in time. Bhagavan. So here Buddha, wherever you come across Bhagavan, that means it is referred to Buddha. So Bhagavan, that means Buddha. He was dwelling in the Viharati. Vihar, in the state in which we are living, it's called Bihar. The name there is Bihar. So they were Vihar literally means dwelling place, where you dwell. But Bihar later on became monastery also. So here in Bihar, this state lots of Buddhist monastery was there. So this state was named as Bihar. This means Vihar. So Vihar was the dwelling or dwelling place of monks. So in the Rajgir, once Buddha was dwelling. Where he was dwelling? With the foot of Parvati. So there is a. How many of you have been to Vulture Peak? Very few. You have not been. Vulture Peak, like you have mountain. No, you can't cycle there. You can't cycle there, and by ropeway takes you to actually the. But it's very sad. You are in Rajgir and you have not visited Vulture Peak. Earlier I used to, whenever holiday was there, I used to go. I tried to go every day. It's not very steep, and I'm surprised to study students. So people from all over Asia, all over the world come to Vulture Peak. I was reading a memoir of again a scholar, and he wrote that once the Queen of Thailand, she visited Vulture Peak, and the ambassador of Thailand, he suggested don't walk. Like it's I'm talking about at least 40 years back. So she suggested don't. She said no. Buddha used to walk every morning. So I will walk. She took a trail. I'm surprised by you people. You just come to Nagaland to enjoy it. Make some effort. Go to Vulture Peak at least. People from all over the world they come. Rajgir is the most holiest place. Most of the Sravakya and Mahayana sutras, important sutras were taught here. Second turning of wheel of Dharma happened here. Lotus Sutra taught here. And I'm surprised very few people. No, I'm not saying don't read it, but you are in such a place, holy place. In fact, Nalanda University government would have built anywhere. Government of India purposely built it here because the place is Rajgir. You have the holiest place. Reading you can do anywhere in the world. You don't require, but why? If you are in Rajgir, anyway, that's up to individual. I'm not forcing, but yeah, it shows that there is some lack of devotion or lack of faith, and it's very sad, right, to see. I'm not a Buddhist person, but when I was teaching this Heart Sutra, people from Australia, Singapore, United States, Germany, they all joined. And they had the dream that, sir, once we will come to Rajgir and just recite the Heart Sutra together on Vulture Peak. And here already few people are here. Anyway.
Should we organize that? Go and recite it. Every other class go and recite it.
No, doing it as a class officially, always administration has some issues or something. But of course, individually, like after the semester and the end of year, I take some students, those who do dissertation with me or a group of students, but not officially. It's on an individual basis. We go and recite. When Professor Nawan Samten came, he's ex-vice chancellor of Central University of Tibetan Studies, one of the top scholars, Padma Awardee, great scholar. When he came, a group of students, again a small group of students, we went and recited his name. So it's of course I have won innumerable times and recited Heart Sutra. So of course I'm not in favor that I should force you and take the whole class. You are not any more school student. So you need not to be forced. If you feel like you go, don't feel like don't go. Anyway, so this Buddha was dwelling on the sometimes I And okay, that maybe gradually next generation we are becoming less less lesser and lesser. We are losing the faith and spiritual, and we are becoming more Western than Asian, or the way we used to be. Anyway, that's, we are living in a dark age, and dark age is falling upon us. That is what Buddhist scriptures say. Anyway, so he was dwelling in the Vajraspati, Rajgrihe. So Rajgrihe is a very interesting name. Rajgrihe. Raj means king, Grihe means house. So there is a very interesting story why it was named King's House. I'm not going to tell you that, but there is a so Rajgrihe is a small town from Bihar, in Bihar, and when you travel, of course, we are in Rajgrihe, so I don't have to explain. In Hindi, sorry, in Hindu scriptures, it is called Giri Braja. So that also means same. Braja means to dwell, and Giri means the hill. So here the meaning is the hill, dwelling place. So Rajgrihe means king's house, but Giri Braja means dwelling place on the hill. And the place was visited by Lord Krishna. Those who know Hindu tradition, so Lord Krishna is a very famous Hindu god. Gridhakut. So Gridhakut is Gridha means vulture, and Kut means peak. So vulture peak. It has a very interesting name. Gridhakut gets its name. Vulture peak because it is said when Buddha taught second turning of the wheel of Buddha, which is also Mahayana. First time when we taught Mahayana. So what happened? It was a very, very auspicious moment. And again, this is what text says, that people from all over the, not world, but from different celestial galaxies, all over the cosmos, deities, divine beings, asuras, gandharvas, these all celestial beings, they all landed up in Rajgir. And they all came with their vehicle. So, the airplane, you see from top, it looks like a bird, a vulture. In local language of Hindi, they call it keel, which means vulture. Vulture-like shape. So it is said that when these people, divine beings, they landed up in Rajgir, in the Gridhakut. So their vehicles look like vultures. And the people of Rajgir, which were perhaps not very devotees, they saw that there are, these vehicles, so there is a heap of vultures. That is what they look upon them. Remember, if you go to Gridhakut, it's a very small place now. Hardly, you cannot accommodate 100 people together. But it is said, again, you have to go little bit of modern physics or theory of relativity or quantum physics. It is where these physics principles, they say that space and time they are not constant. Space can expand. So Mahayana Sutra, they say that when Buddha taught some great teachings from his third eye, rays emanated, and then that expanded the space. So that is how Mahayana Sutra they portray Buddha, that whenever he taught some important sutra, the space started expanding. So again, people might have a disbelief, maybe it was not taught there. But anyway, scriptures were aware of these questions and they have given the answer. So they are saying that the space expanded and it could accommodate 10,000 players. So then it says who was present at that. So it says Mahata Bhikshu Sanghena Sarvam Mahata Cha Bodhisattva Sanghena. So The assembly, those who heard that sloka, it included Bhikshu, that is Ramakayana people, and also Bodhisattva Sangha. So there are two sanghas, Bhikshu Sangha and Bodhisattva Sangha. So community of monks and community of Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas could be a monk and could not be a monk. That is their question. Bodhisattvas not necessarily always monks. So it included both. And when we'll end part of the article also say that Gandharvas and Asuras and divine beings they were present. So
Sorry, the long version of the Heart Sutra, written with commentary, says all these people were present at this. People from celestial beings and as well as human beings, they're all present.
yes. Then let's say third line. Ten khalu sameena bhagwan samhira samadhinam samapanna. Ten khalu, again last meaning of each word's translation. So at that time, Buddha was absorbed in a concentration. There is a particular type of samadhi. Concentration is not a good word, but samadhi, some means equanimity. Adhi means getting established. So getting established in a very, very profound equanimity. Equanimity, I hope you understand what that means. Equanimity. So he was in the great Sambodhi. And Sambodhi means total awakening. Bodhi means awakening. Sambodhi means thorough or total awakening. So that's somewhere Sambodhi, perfectly awakened. So he was in the absorbed in the concentration, that means samadhi, again bad translation. Category of profound illumination. This is again we are studying unfortunately in English. It does not have those very profound words. So we have work with. So there is a Gambhira Sambodhi Nam Samadhi. So there is a particular type of samadhi, particular type of meditative observation in which Buddha was into. तेन च समयेन अवलोकितेश्वरो बोधिसत्त्वो महासत्त्वो गंभीरां प्रज्ञापारमितायां चर्या चरमाण व्यवलोकिति यति स्म. So Buddha is absorbed in samadhi, meditative concentration. There are two types of meditation in Buddhism. Anybody? Somebody might have discussed two meditation. English translation for that? Meditative or observation or observation or concentration. Next. Analytical meditation. So one is single pointed meditation. Another is analytical meditation. Single pointed, that means your focus will be at one. Analytical means your focus won't be on one. It will keep moving. Those who have done well-card traditional vipassana, first you do anapana, which is single pointed meditation. You focus on your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, and then you start doing vipassana. I'm talking about not Mahayana vipassana, I'm talking about right now Shravakayana vipassana. Especially well-card tradition, which I have been trained into. So there you start moving your concentration from top to down, bottom up. That is how it is. So there you are moving your concentration. It is like if you have used the lens in your school time, lens, the glass, this convex lens. Convex is what it will do. It will focus sunlight. So sunlight is there. It is not that effective. Through convex lens you focus it, and then it can burn the paper. So similarly, your mind, when it is not scattered, it is not very powerful. When it is focused, it becomes very powerful. And once it becomes focused, then you start moving it. So that is what Buddhist meditation is. You start with single pointed or samatha, and then you move your concentration. First focus, then you move, then it will show its power. Otherwise. So while Buddha is into samadhi, is in single pointed concentration. meditation. Here, Avalokiteshvara is Ekasamayen Avalokiteshvara Gambhiram Pratyaparamikacharya. He is doing analytical meditation and his mind is into dwelling into Pratyapara, transcendental. So he is also sitting, Avalokiteshvara, but he is dwelling on the into analytical meditation. He is dwelling into perfection of enlightenment, Pratyapara, the perfection of wisdom, perfection of transcendental. So that is what Avalokiteshvara is. So second line is Pratyaparika Charayam Karmanu Evam Vyavaloke. Avalokiteshvara, this is the name of Bodhisattva. Avaloka. Av means from top. Look means to look. Look word has come from actually Sanskrit. English and Sanskrit, they come from the same branch, Indo-European language. So your father, Sanskrit. Pitar, father, mother, brother, brother. So you can see the similarities. So look and look. With Vidya, with video. Virata, Viritati. So many of these thousands of similar words are there. Because the family is the same, the language family is the same. Anyway. So Avalokya, that means Avalokiteshvara. So Avaloka is looking from the top. Ishwar means the Lord. So the Lord looks from the top. He looks at the suffering of the people and he tries to make them free. So that is how the name comes, Avalokiteshvara. Interestingly, this Avalokit Ishwar, who pray, those who are studying Sanskrit or if you are studying Pali, you might have learned Sanghi, joining of two words. So this two Sanghis, two joinings are possible. One is Avalokit Ishwar, another is Avalokit Swara. So Chinese have translated differently this law. They have translated Avalokit Swara, Swara means sound. So for them, Avalokiteshvara is the one who hears the cries of suffering. While Tibetans have translated it Avalokit Ishwar, the one who looks upon the suffering of the friend. Both are correct in their own, don't worry. But I am just telling you the linguistic difference of Sanskrit word translation into Chinese and Tibetan. I have studied little, and I have not studied Chinese, but I know little about Chinese. So I can give, I don't have other. There are many traditions, I don't have much knowledge, but at least these differences I can tell you. So Avalokit Ishwar is the Bodhisattva and he is also not ordinary Bodhisattva, he is a Mahasattva. So even you can become Bodhisattva. Right now, if you take a profound vow that may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient, you are a Bodhisattva. In Mahayana, everybody can become Bodhisattva. Mahasattva is somebody who is a higher sattva, higher Bodhisattva. So those two terms are there. Avalokita, Bodhisattva, Mahasattva. Gambhiram, which means profound, Pratyaparamita, transcendental wisdom, Charya, that means conduct, Dharma, he was very good. And he is looking on. Smo is very interesting term if you study Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a very different type of beautiful language. I did not study Sanskrit at my age. I studied on my own. I am not. You write the present tense sentence and add small, it will make it past. So something that's a so small means it is making it that it happened in the past. Although sentence is in present. You have looked yati means he is looking, but because small is added, it is making it. What he looked upon, so he is meditating, he is sitting, but he is doing analytical meditation. So what he meditated upon? Who? Avalokiteshvara. So Avalokiteshvara meditated upon that he saw Panchkandha. Panchskandha, 5 aggregates. Tamscha Swabhava Shunyan, sorry, Panchskandha. Tamscha Swabhava Shunyan Vyavalokeya. So, skandha means panch means 5. Panch, skandha, skandha in Pali. Aggregates. Literally it means heap. You're bringing something. So 5 heaps. What are 5 heaps? 5 aggregates. Everybody should, this should be your second semester. If you don't know, you are not eligible to come in second semester. So what are, you can know in Pali, you can know in English, but at least you should know what are 5. Everybody better learn in Pali or Sanskrit and try to learn its at least English translations as well. English translations vary across different traditions, different books, different authors. They translate in their own. That's why I am emphasizing learn in Pali or Sanskrit. Pali Sanskrit very similar. Roop is roop, Sanya is sanya, Sankhara is sanskar, Vedana is vedana, Vijnana is vijnana. Very similar, not different. But in English, translation varies drastically. So, anyway, Avalokiteshvara is meditating that the 5 aggregates are empty of inherent nature. That means Tamscha, Swabhava, their own nature, Swabhava. Swa means own, Bhava means nature. Their nature is empty. So when Avalokiteshvara will discuss what, again this sentence is going on, where we discuss the philosophical meaning of it. So he's looking at 5 aggregates, they are empty of inherent nature. Inherent means Swabhava. How is nature? So Swa means own nature, or inherent, Swa and own. So he behold that 5 aggregates are inherent. Not anicca. When emptiness is discussed, it is closer to anatta, chaos, no self, swaps or shunya, which means anatta, no self. Anicca in Buddhism, when it comes to Buddhist philosophy and other schools of philosophy, dukkha is common across Hindu philosophy, many traditions, not very unique to Buddhism. Anicca, impermanence, is not very uncommon. Again, many Hindu traditions believe, even non-believers who don't believe, they know that everything is anicca, everything is impermanent. This entire class, after 100 years, nobody will be on the earth. Correct or not? Nobody will be on this earth after 100 years. So, these people, you don't perceive it. After 10,000 years, it will disintegrate. Something is happening every moment. Buddha said, Anicca sankhara upasantavayam. Upajitva niruchanti. The moment it arises, it passes. What the entire phenomena. By the way, when I am teaching Mahayana, don't think that when I am teaching Mahayana, I am Mahayanist. But don't think that I am orthodox Mahayana. Because I am teaching Mahayana, so I have to be Mahayanist. But I am my training and my then post-graduate diploma in Bali, I can read Bali without any help of translation. My initial training was in Theravada, furnished is not professor. So many students because I start teaching Mahayana, so people think, oh, I am a very orthodox Mahayana. For me, there is no difference. Philosophically, of course, there is a difference. But going deeper, I don't see, I don't know any difference. Anyway, so Buddha says, this is all I am saying in Pali. This is Mahabharata answer. Upajitva niruchanti evam bhupasama. All phenomena, the moment they arise, they pass away. He also says, Sabbe lok upajjalito, sabbe lok upajjalito. Everything is in vibration. Everything is like burning. Burning means you see a flame, it is rises down. Everything, this for us it is looking this solid, yes, but actually it's not solid. If you put electron microscope, or there was a University of California Berkeley professor who got a Nobel Prize, he discovered some machine called bubble chamber, and he proved that every second 40 times change is happening. Every second 40 times change is happening. You see a bulb, a light. The current which is passing through, you see the constant light, but the current passes through at a 50 hertz frequency, which means every second 50 times current is coming and going. It looks bulb is expanding. No, it doesn't happen like that. So similarly, things are changing every moment. There are two types of impermanence: subtle impermanence and gross impermanence. We are discussing about subtle impermanence. But still, this impermanence is common across the traditions. Scientists also accept, Hindu also accept. Unique thing about Buddhism is anatta, no self. If you say anatta, Hindu will disagree.
So there's reference to Sunya. As far as you, when was the first, is a general question, when was Sunya referred to in the text? In the Vedas, the Upanishad, when did this come?
Shunya means Shunya has meaning. In mathematics, it is zero. In colloquial Sanskrit, it means void or nothing. So Shunya is the English term. The Sanskrit term, and it is like asking when the term going and coming, or when the term horse came. No, it is language, it's a word. But the context in which we are explaining that we can refer to. That shunyata or shunya in context of emptiness. So for that we can look at it. But shunya is a common word, so we can.
I appreciate that. Today is now Indian philosophy. Right? It's become a philosophy. The concept of emptiness.
Yeah.
But it became at the beginning, because Indian philosophy is a thought process, an evolving process. So it's an idea that becomes a philosophy. As far as you're concerned, where did this first come?
As a philosophical concept.
Just as a germ of an idea.
But within philosophical context.
Well, you're the expert, you can.
So it comes in, there is Chulla Sunnata Sutta in Pali, Mahasunnata Sutta, Pali. Soon you go to Theravada places, they meditate in Shunyagar, means empty house.
In Pali.
Yeah, I'm talking about just I gave the references of Pali, Chulla Sunnata, Mahasunnata, these all. There is suttas on this. And Shunya means Shunyagar. Some of you must have done some Vipassana and yoga tradition. So, have you meditated in pagoda? So pagoda, they send you to pagoda. First they do in a group meditation, but then they send themselves individuals. Those individuals are called shunyaka, which means shunya, empty house, empty place. So there you have to sit in an empty space alone. So shunya means empty, shunya means nothing, shunya means void, shunya means zero, multiple meanings. But here we are discussing shunyata in a Mahayana context, which the entire part is very long track, so we will be into much. But again, going back to this question, correlate shunyata with anatta, not with anitya. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Anicca is a very, not a very, that way, not that sophisticated. Anatta is more sophisticated, more deeper philosophy. So, tam स्वभाव शून्य व्यवधो है. Okay, in this document I have done little philological. Philology means which is just like if you do textual criticism, it's called work criticism. You need a little training in that. For master studies, it is not necessary. But for if you are working on a text, manuscript, then you have to do that philosophy. Anyway, so we can skip. So now second paragraph. आयुष्मान सारिपुत्रो उत्थान भावेन आर्य अवलोकितेश्वर बोधिसत्वम एतत् भोजन. So English translation is then through the power of Buddha, the venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara. Buddha is sitting in meditation, single pointed meditation, but he's not just sitting. He is inspiring in his meditation, he is also inspiring Shariputra to ask questions. So this is Buddhanubhavena. Shariputra is not asking the question on his own according to this book. It's through the power of Buddha. So through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra is asking a question to whom? Avalokiteshvara. I've given each words Ayushman. Ayush means long, like Ayush means long. Ayushman, somebody, for example, you have given word Seri. Anybody? Yes, Seri. Yes, Seri. So actually it means Ayushman. Sanskrit and Tibetan are very, you can get back translate exact Sanskrit words. That's the beauty. So same time, right? Somebody who possesses a long. So Ayushman is long. Or Ayushman or Ayush. So saying is both male and female, but they can live Ayushmati or Ayushi or Ayushman or Ayush. Shariputra. Shariputra. In India, this is also very unique. People often say only male. In India, Sari is the mother of the. We don't know the exact name of what was. In fact, some sutra has the name. His name is Upanishtha. But he is not known as Upanishtha. He is mostly known as Shariputra. And mother's name is Sari. So he is son of Sari. It's very common in our village. Still, many people have his son or his daughter. They don't refer to name. So still in some villages. So Shariputra's original name, I doubt that you all know. I just said it, but you might be not knowing. So he is known through his mother's name. So his mother must be some, very powerful or some diamond king. You don't know. But he is known through his mother's name. Shariputra, who is the son of Sari. When you see your Buddha book figure, and you see the two works, sometimes two Bodhisattvas are there. I'm not talking about Bodhisattva. If you see people not crowned but in monk's dress, they are always Shariputra and Moudgalya. Those two most prominent disciples of Buddha, they both performed this ritual. They both suffered from that. They both were entered. They both asked them in the Buddha. One was known for his miraculous powers. Another was known for his intellectual powers. Moudgalya was known for his miraculous powers. Anyway, so time is up. We'll conclude the